Transformers Age of Extinction is directed by Michael Bay and stars Mark Wahlberg, Nicola Peltz, and Kelsey Grammer. And this is the fourth Transformers movie in the Transformers movie franchise. And this movie is set a few years after the events of Transformers Dark of the Moon, in which no one is happy after the Battle of Chicago. And the Autobots are now in hiding after they're being taken out by an organization. Mark Wahlberg eventually finds Optimus, and he plays a struggling inventor who's trying to get his daughter through college and some other things, and he joins this war with Optimus. Now, let me just say this right off the bat. This movie, okay, right off the bat, I mean, with the other three Transformers movies, like when I was young, I didn't know about the reviews, but when this movie was coming out, when I knew of Rotten Tomatoes, I heard the reviews of this movie, because let me just say this, I didn't see this movie in theaters, because when I heard the reviews were absolutely awful. I mean, this movie got bashed really, really hard by critics, and, I mean, let me just say this. This is not a great movie, like I've said with the other ones. I mean, actually, no, Dark of the Moon and the first one are pretty good, and I don't mind Revenge of the Fallen. I think it's good. Age of Extinction, in regards to where this would rank in regards to the Transformers movies, I gotta be honest, it's sixth place, so that is essentially saying that this is the worst one. But I do not think that this movie is as bad as people say. It's not a great movie, but I don't think it comes close to deserving the amount of hate that it gets. There are problems with this movie, and let's get into the flaws with the movie. Obviously, some of the dumb humor that was in Revenge of the Fallen is back, and yes, some of it is really dumb and kind of awkward. And I know another thing people complain about is that this movie's runtime is that the movie is way, way, way too long. This movie is like 2 hours and 45 minutes long, and, you know, it's almost 3 hours. And yes, there are certain scenes in the movie that drag on, that are, I don't want to say boring, but slow. But there are good things about the movie. The visual effects are still pretty good, even though they don't look as good as the first three, but it's still pretty good. Now, as for the human cast, Mark Wahlberg as Cade Yeager, I've always liked Mark Wahlberg. I've always liked his character. I think he's a very good protagonist. His character has a good past that you learn about, and I thought he did a very good job in the movie. Nicola Peltz playing his daughter now, let me just say this. I know a lot of people don't like her because she was in The Last Airbender. I did not see The Last Airbender, but I've heard The Last Airbender is absolutely awful. I didn't see it. In this movie, she's okay. She's not great, but she's not awful. Jack Reiner as her boyfriend, same thing. He was okay. He was, at the very least, entertaining. Some people found him annoying. I didn't mind him so much. I just thought he was fine. TJ Miller, okay. TJ Miller, I'll be honest, his character was pretty dumb. And yes, his character had some jokes that weren't really that funny at all. Kelsey Grammer, I actually really liked him in the movie. I thought he did a good job. This movie still has great action sequences. Like, some of the stuff like on the highway is great. The Dinobots are awesome, even though they don't show up that much. The score is really good. It's still got great stuff in it, and it's a fun movie to watch. Transformers Age of Extinction is not a great movie. Some scenes are slow, and some of the humor is dumb, but it's still a fun movie to watch, and I'm going to give Transformers Age of Extinction a B-.